Good morning, students. In the previous session, we have studied briefly about the syllabus of your urban transportation and planning and what are all the concepts we are going to study under this particular subject in the current semester. So, in this session, we are going to study few concepts in your first module, that is urban transport and planning. So, in this session, we'll be majorly concentrating on urbanization, urban class groups, transportation problem and their identification. So these are the few things we'll be discussing in today's session. So firstly, we'll be talking about the urbanization. So when I'm talking about this urbanization, it is the process where people move from rural area to urban area, or in simple terms I can say migration of people from one particular area towards the another area, whether maybe in search of job or whether maybe due to provision of health facilities or educational facilities. The reason may be anything, but people will start migrating from one place to another place, which leads to urbanization. So because of which the population in that particular area increases, which also adds to the enhancement of economic, political, and social life in that particular area. So, in simple terms, if I want to say urbanization, it's like shift of people from one place to another place. So, when we are talking about the causes of urbanization, so these are all the six major causes of urbanization: industrialization, commercialization, social benefits and services, employment opportunities, modernization and changes in the mode of living, rural urban transformation. So when I'm talking about this industrialization, so this is the one thing which creates the employment opportunities for the people. So usually in the urban areas, more number of industries will set up, so which creates the employment opportunities. So the people in search of jobs will move from rural area to urban areas. So that's one of the important or major parameter which causes the urbanization. Then comes the commercialization. When I'm saying this commercialization, it's the commerce or e-commerce activities that is happening in that particular area. So whether it may be like sellers or buyers. So in that particular area, I can get any goods or I can sell any goods. So because of which the people will move towards the urbanized area, because it is easy for both sellers and buyers to get a particular goods. So which leads to urbanization in a later dates. Then afterwards comes the social benefits and service. When I'm talking about this urban area, in that particular urban area, the health institutions will be more. So provision of better health opportunities will be more, whether it may be in terms of multi-specialty hospitals or whether it may be in terms of educational institutions. So because of which the people will move from one area to another area. Then comes the employment opportunities. So when I'm talking about this employment opportunities, it is related to the previous three causes. Because of industrialization, I'm getting more job opportunities, or due to commercialization, or due to institutional support, the employment opportunities will be more in the urban area. So that's why the people will migrate from one place to another places. Then comes the modernization and change in the mode of living. That means in the urban area, the lifestyle of the people will be different compared to rural area. So because of that particular lifestyle or living comfort, the people will move from rural area towards the urban area. Then comes the rural urban transformation. So this indicates in the existing area only, because of increase in the income level, whether it may be due to agricultural or non-agricultural activities, as the income is increasing, the people will shift towards from one environment to another living environment, so which leads to transformation of that particular area towards the urbanization. So these are all the few major causes which leads to urbanization, like industrialization, commercialization, social benefits, majorly employment opportunity, then lifestyle, then rural urban transformation. So once we are done with the causes of urbanization, once the urbanization is done, the urbanization has its own impacts or effects on that particular area. So these are all the few impacts or effects of urbanization. So we'll just discuss one by one. The first one, as I'm mentioning, positive effects of urbanization. Yes, urbanization do have some positive effects also. So when I'm talking about this positive effects, whether it may be in terms of provision of employment opportunity, or whether it may be in terms of increasing the income level of the people, so in that scenario, up to certain limit, it is having the positive effect in that particular zone. Next, the housing problem. So when I'm talking about this housing problem, as the people are moving from one particular place to another place, the demand for houses or living space increases, which creates a problem in the urban area, because the expansion, horizontal expansion, is very much difficult in that particular area due to lack of availability of land, so which leads to housing problem. Then the overcrowding. So when I'm saying overcrowding, since people are migrating, the density in that particular area will increases. So in a smaller span, more number of people will be leaving, so which leads to crowding in that particular area. So then comes the unemployment problem. So when I'm saying this unemployment problem, as I said, people will move from rural area to urban area in search of jobs only, majorly in search of jobs, but it's not possible to provide job opportunities to everyone. So because of that reason, even though the employment opportunity is more in the urban area, the number of unemployment or unemployees in that particular area will be more. And more surprisingly, the educated peoples are more unemployed in the urban areas. Then comes the development of slums. So in the urban area, since people are migrating, not only highly technical people for job opportunities, even lower class of people are moving in search of job opportunities, which demands the living space for lower class people also. Since they are facing housing problems, they started developing slums, so which leads to the like crowding in that one particular small zone, which is leading to development of slums. As this housing problem and slum development is happening, which leads to the water and sanitation problem. So number of people in the urban area is more, it is very much difficult to provide the proper sanitation facilities as well as water supply. This is one of the major, or I can say, ill effect of urbanization. Since there is a lack of sanitation problem in the urban area, which leads to health as well as spread of diseases. The spread of diseases, when I'm talking, it's a communal diseases which can be spread easily to the people because the urban areas are densely populated. Then comes the traffic congestion. Since the number of vehicles in the urban area is more and private vehicles is also more, which leads to traffic congestion in the urban area. So then comes the urban crime. Since there is a certain group of people who are unemployed, so there is always a problem of crime in the urban area. So these are all the few impacts or effects of urbanization. So then we'll move towards the urban class groups. So when I'm talking about this urban class groups, majorly there are two groups according to Census of India. One is all statutory towns and census towns. When I'm talking about this all statutory towns, so the places which I will be having the municipalities or corporation or cantonment board according to state law will be coming under this statutory towns. When I'm talking about this census towns, it has to satisfy the following criteria. So the census town is the one which is having population more than 5,000, and in that 5,000 population at least 75% of male working population should be engaged in the non-agricultural jobs, and density of that particular area should be at least 400% per square kilometers. So those things I'll be calling it as census towns. Furthermore, based on population census, the urban class group may be classified under 6 groups based on the number of population as class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5 and class 6. When I am saying class 1, the population will be more than 1 lakh, class 2 50,000 to 1 lakh, class 3 20,000 to 50,000, class 4 10,000 to 20,000, class 5 5,000 to 10,000, class 6 less than 5,000. So based on this population, the urban class groups are classified. So this classification is very much important whenever we are dealing with the urban planning. So based on the number of people living in that particular area only, will be doing the planning process. So when we are talking about this urban area and planning, it is very much important to understand how the land is used in that particular area. So if I am taking the urban area as entire, it will be having different zones. In each zone, the land use properties will be different. So there will be small particular zone in which it will be maybe residential, and another zone which will be commercial, likewise industrial, institutional, recreational and agricultural. When I am saying this industrial zone or commercial zone, so majorly that portion of the land is used for commercial purpose or industrial purpose. So we'll just quickly discuss each thing one by one. When I'm saying residential zone, majority of the buildings will be for housing purpose. So that particular zone will be called as residential zone. Likewise, when I'm saying this commercial, majority of the building will be for commercial purpose, whether it may be like shopping malls or market places. When I'm saying industrial, majority of the land is used for construction of industries. Then comes the institutional, it may be like educational institutions or government institution. So in that particular zone, the majority of the land is used for construction of institution. Then comes the recreational zone. So in this particular zones, it is reserved for recreational purpose, whether it may be like amusement parks or any other recreational activities, sports or cultural activities. Then the last one, small portion may be reserved for agricultural purpose. So these are the land use pattern which is very much important for urban planners before doing any planning. Because when I'm saying this residential, majority of the trips start from this residential zones. Everybody will start their journey from residential zone, and it may end up in commercial or industrial or any other zones. That's why it is very much important to understand the land use pattern in that particular area. So once we are done with this land use pattern, the planning is carried forwarded. Before doing the planning process, we have to clearly understand what is the problem in that particular area. When I'm talking about the problems, it is majorly transport related problems, because in the current semester we are studying about the urban transport planning only. So before doing the urban transport planning, we have to clearly understand what are all the problems in the urban transport facilities. So these are all the few major urban transport problems we'll be looking into. The first one, road congestion or traffic congestion, parking problems, pollution, deterioration of road safety, then public transport crowding. When I'm saying traffic congestion, as we can see in the urban areas, the number of people traveling will be more, whether it may be in public transportation or private mode of transportation, because of which more number of vehicles will use any particular road, which leads to the traffic congestion in the urban area. So as we can expect, in the urban area the lifestyle or living standards will be more, so more number of private vehicle, which leads to the traffic congestion. And then comes the parking problem. As I said, the people are owning private vehicles, so at the end of their journey they have to park their vehicle somewhere, so which leads to the parking problem. And the parking problem is also adding to your traffic congestion because of on street parking majorly, so which leads to the road congestion again. Then comes the pollution parameter. So in the urban area I can take pollution in two ways: the pollution due to industrialization or the pollution due to transport sector. Since we are using fossil fuels, because of those fuels, the combustion, the emission of gases, the pollution, air pollution will be more. And the noise pollution from the vehicular sound, the noise pollution is also more in the urban area. So in the urban area, due to transport sector only, the pollution levels are high. So that is also one of the major problem in the urban area. So when I'm talking about this deteriorating road safety, in the urban area the number of accidents will be more, majorly because of congested road or over speeding. So this is one of the problem in the urban area. It is problem to both the passengers as well as the pedestrian or the drivers. Since then comes the public transport crowding. So when I'm talking about this public transport crowding, the number of people using public transportation facility is more in the peak hours, which leads to public transport crowding in the peak hours. So these are all the few major problems in the urban transportation. So the transport planner has to analyze this problem. So based on these problems only, he has to do the planning process. Then afterwards he has to provide the remedial measures after addressing the each problem. So when I'm talking about this urban area, each particular area will be having its own set of problem. So I cannot provide the general solution. In every area, the planner has to analyze the situation based on the problem type and the condition in the urban area. He has to provide the solution. So that is the major work when it comes to the urban transport planning. So these are all the few things we have looked into in this session. Majorly, what is the meaning of urbanization? What are the causes of urbanization? Impacts of urbanization? Urban class groups. Then lastly, we have looked into urban transport problems. So in the next session, we'll discuss furthermore about the urban transport planning and what are all the different modes of urban transportation. Thank you.